Hey everybody, welcome to another amazing episode of
The Unbox Boys!
I'm Dave, along with my son Elias.
Hello.
Friends, join us today as we travel to a place full of sand that is coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. On the right, we have the 40th anniversary packaging for the Jawa 6-inch version. This is kind of the blown-up
I don't
versions.
think that's 6-inch.
Well, he's not 6-inch, but on the 6-inch scale. From those old Kenner, the first figures that were out, but in the 3 3/4 inch scale. So I like how they've done this. So for collectors who want to, get those original ones, they've got that special packaging there. We're going to just rip it open because that's how we do. And then the Tusken Raider. They did have a Tusken Raider in this same packaging, but they have now also released it in the standard Black Series box, the black and red that we're familiar with. So we'll be opening that up as well. First, let's take a look at the Tusken Raider box here really quick. This is your standard Black Series fare. We've got Star Wars, the Black Series up top. You get the figure window there with some nice artwork on the bottom. The Hasbro logo. This one says Tusken Raider. On the 40th anniversary pack, it actually said Sand People, Sand Person. Didn't say Tusken Raider. Interesting. This is number 41 in the series.
Maybe that's what it was on the original.
Maybe. And then there's a write-up there if you'd like to pause that and read that, you can. Bigger version of the artwork on the bottom there, or on the side rather. Nothing really on the side except the typical writing and then the kind of shadow writing behind that. Bottom of the box, nothing to talk about. Then for the 40th anniversary Jawa figure, we have the 40th anniversary Star Wars logo there up on top, as well as just some really nice packaging. I mean, this, if you're going to collect anything and just not take it out of the box, this would be a good opportunity to do that. Great photo of the Jawa there, the Jawa figure, the Kenner logo there. They've even got the kind of little foot thing there, so you can just kind of set it up flat if you'd like. On the back, other figures there, the original 12, if you will, that you can have. The Darth Vader, which we've already reviewed, comes with this stand, the Legacy Pack, the 40th Anniversary Legacy Pack, so you can pose them all on there if you would like. Not all these figures are original to this packaging, however. We've seen Han and Luke. The Leia does come with a new, much-needed head sculpt, so you get that. But then this Obi-Wan has been released already. This R2 has. The Death Squad Commander is new to this packaging. In fact, I don't know that they would have actually redone this figure in 6-inch scale had it not been one of the original 12, but we'll get to a review of that in the very near future. Then Chewbacca was actually a re-release, so was the Stormtrooper. The Jawa is new to the 6-inch scale. Then you've got a C-3PO, which we've seen before. The Sand People, as it says there, but the Tusken Raider that we're doing. And then Darth Vader with a kind of new special edition version of Darth Vader there. And then, of course, you've got the stand. All this info, bottom, well, nothing there again but the foot. Let's crack them open and check out the slap.
Take over.
I'm actually super excited about this because these are two characters from Star Wars that I really love and have been waiting for a 6-inch Black Series version for both of these. So I'm really excited that they both came out around the same time. I've really been coming to like and appreciate Jawas more recently. I'm not sure why. I think they're just kind of funny.
Maz Kanata.
You think Maz Kanata is a Jawa? Or a Sand? Or
It's
Tusken
a
Raider?
theory going around the Jawa.
Really?
It makes more sense.
Huh.
Because you never see the actual eyes and no one's seen their faces before. You'll have to watch or...
Is that like one of
look
those
up
Jar
the
Jar's the
theories.
Sith Lord kind of theories? Or?
I think it's a... Because she's like, she knows a lot of stuff and all, and they like think she's been around like watching them and like seeing them before and stuff, like the Skywalkers, because like the Jawas were always around.
Interesting. All right, what do you guys think? Leave a comment in the section below there. Let us know, what do you think about the theory of Maz Kanata being a Jawa? That would be interesting. Let us know. And share some of your other theories maybe that you've heard that could be kind of exciting. But as far as the action figures go, let's take a closer look here. First at the Jawa, I think, since we're on the topic. In fact, me show you this really quick. Something else I got just recently. These Jawas, thanks to Joey at Joey's Arcade. Oops, just lost a gun there. But these little guys here, these are from, what were they? Power of the Force, maybe? I'm trying to remember what it was now. But they've got this little kind of sunroof thing going on top of the head, so when light goes through, they kind of glow there, the eyes. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's I don't know if it's worth the sacrifice of the sunroof there or the moonroof, but I think that feature's kind of cool. Anyway, as far as the sculpt goes on this one, no, he does not have a sunroof or glowy eyes, although they do kind of shine nicely anyway. I think they've done that. We'll talk about that more paint-wise. Before we get to the actual figure, as one other accessory, he has this gun here, which with that big open kind of end there, it always reminds me of those old kind of looking pilgrim shotgun things where they kind of go out like that. But it's nice. Nice kind of gunmetal with a nice wash over it to look aged. I think that's a nice accessory to have. Then he has this other gun, which is kind of connected to this tank on the back here. It does have a holster as well, but it's kind of tough to get in there because this is really kind of soft and wiggly and hard to get into that holster. So I think pretty much I'll leave it out. As far as the other sculpt goes, this kind of bandolier holster thing I think is done nicely. It looks kind of like leather. These pouches here, even the little buttons on there, are done well. And then you would almost think that from a distance that this was a cloth piece here, the tunic, the robe here, but it's actually not. It's just kind of a soft plastic. But it looks really great. I think they've done a good job. As we'll see on the Tusken Raider, he had a cloth option there. But this, again, from a distance, it could easily fool you into thinking that was cloth. So I think as far as the sculpt goes, and even on the head there, if you can kind of see it in the light, they've even got kind of some wraps. He's almost got kind of a mummy thing going on there, like he does with the shoes, if you can see that at all. So yeah, I think in fact, let's see. Yeah, even all the way up to the legs there, it's kind of got that wrapped look there, and they didn't have to do that because it's covered up, but nice. So we'll give that a full point.
Full point.
For likeness, yeah, that's a Jawa. What else would it be? That's a full point.
It's a monkey.
Full point.
Articulation, not a lot of head movement, and in fact, you're probably already wondering, does this hood come off? It might, but I think it's kind of glued on the back, so you could probably heat it up and get it off there if you wanted to, but why? It would just be kind of weird. So as far as the articulation goes, it's a little bit limited. Yeah, it's a little limited. As far as the arms go, you've got that pretty much 90-degree angle that we've come to know and love, but you can also kind of twist and reach up a bit. Single joint at the elbow, and some pretty good movement, twisting and up and down for the wrist. No real ab crunch on this little guy. It does have a little bit of a twist, though. As far as legs, whatever you could do, you're not going to be able to do much with this robe on, since it is a hard, it's a plastic and not just a cloth. So you're not getting much of a splits there, or even a forward back. So yeah, pretty limited articulation. I'm not sure what you'd want to do, but you're not going to get a lot of dynamic poses out of this. We'll give that a half point.
Half point.
And for paint on the Jawa, I think it's done really well. I think the coloring, the texture on this robe, the paint they've done here on the bandolier, even this gun that he's got in his hand there. We showed you the other one already, but even just achieving this nice wood look on here, I think is really done well. I think the added touch of kind of some of the dust and desert sand there along the fringe of the robe is good. Even on the shoes, they look a little dusty perhaps. So yeah, I think paint-wise, they've really nailed it. Done a good job. Even added some kind of texture there, some little paints, and just all these little buttons. Got to have a pretty steady hand to hit those. So and just kind of some of the weathering to make this look aged as well. Just a really good job, I think, overall. So for paint on the Jawa, we'll give that a full point.
Full point.
So for our Tatooine 2 review, the Jawa gets a 3.5 out of 4 on the slap scale. Now, moving on, let's check out the Tusken Raider for sculpt. I think this looks fantastic. I think they've given us lots of great detail as far as the head sculpt here with the eyes, the mouth, this kind of mummy wrap thing he's got going on here.
Duct tape on his
duct tape, the little pokies on the head there. I'm not sure what those are. If they help them get better reception for Wi-Fi or something, I don't know. But
It's like Arasing. Do you know her, the bald like bounty hunter?
Oh, okay,
girl?
yeah.
It's all white. She has a little antenna in her head.
Okay.
That's like some special thing.
okay, yeah,
There's something implanted in her brain, so it must be for Wi-Fi.
maybe.
It's like that.
Okay.
But Tusken Raiders.
They've got the little. Let's see. They've got the kind of little built-in harmonica thing going on here. It kind of wraps around the back nicely. The bandolier is nice with some nice touches. This pouch pack here, his fanny pack, looks pretty good there as well. And then we've got kind of a similar to the Jawa. This is a soft plastic, but kind of a cloth look. Bless you.
Excuse me.
Looks good. And the feet, again, kind of that mummy wrap there that we had with the Jawa that kind of goes up to make hold boots. And then even texture on the pants here looks pretty good. So for the sculpt, we'll go ahead and give that a full point.
Full point.
For likeness, yeah, it's a Tusken Raider. I don't know what you would mistake this for. So
A Rathtar.
Rathtar from
Yeah.
Force Awakens, the big
Yeah.
things. This is like a baby Rathtar.
Baby Rathtar. Look at the mouth. Like
does
that.
yeah.
That looks like evilness and Rathtarness.
Another theory here in the Unbox Boys.
Yeah.
Are Tusken Raiders related to the Rathtars? You let us know in the comments below.
Or they're just, like the body is hidden since of the cloaks,
Right.
and so it's actually the General Grievous's little like minion things with the robots.
Oh yeah, with
But
the,
like when their
cut off
head
their head,
gets
but they
cut
still
off,
keep going,
then they just taped it together, the head.
and they shipped
So-
them off to Tatooine to
Yep.
think about their life.
Yeah, they got fired, so this is what they do in the meantime. They're too dumb to get a real job.
I like that better than the Rathtar theory, actually. Why they walk single file, I don't know, to hide their tracks, but maybe there's some other General Grievous, because they were used to being his minions and walking, army, I don't know. Okay. Likeness, full point.
Full point.
For articulation, let's see how this guy compares to the Jawa. Let's see. The head has some pretty good range of motion because he doesn't have the hood that goes on like the Jawa does. Some up and down there. As far as the arms go, you can't really see too well, but it looks like, your standard 90 degree, but then you can kind of roll it up there. Elbow, let's see what we've got here. I think it's a single joint on the elbow. Yeah, it feels like it. And it's a little tight there, but yeah, single joint on the elbow. And then the wrists, you do get a little bit of up and down and twist around as well. No ab crunch for this guy. In fact, he barely twists sideways, which is kind of a disappointment. Legs, you get a little more freedom there because he's got this kind of slit, at least on that side. So he can do a kind of a one leg thing like that, but that's about as far as you're getting because that side's not going in. Oh, wait, it does have a cut. Okay, yeah, there you go. See, they could have done that with the Jawas and given him a little more freedom, but they didn't. Forward and back, though, again, you're pretty limited by the tunic, but a little freer than the Jawa was.
It's not a dress, it's a tunic.
Let's see. There is a thigh cut there as well. Double jointed knee and the ankle. Let's see, up and down, yes, and the rocker as well. So apart from the ab space missing here, it's not terrible. Certainly give you a little more posability than the Jawa. So we'll go ahead and give that a full point.
Full point.
And then finally for paints, I think this is similar to the Jawa, done very nicely. And this is even maybe more so because there's more to do, particularly in the head, where we've got some nice paint here with some gloss, but then the silver kind of mouth thing. I don't know what's going on there, but anyway,
It's the robot mouth.
Yeah, okay.
The Rathtar robot mouth.
Okay.
It's like they murdered the mouth-tars. The robots.
That'd be a good name. So the
Murdered.
mathletes, you get to be the math tars for, like a competitive, math club kind of thing. Math tars. Think about it. Copyright the Unbox Boys right now. They've not, got a nice kind of gunmetal thing here, but even a little bit of a wash on there to make it look, aged nicely. The robe here too, with that kind of dust like we talked about on the Jawa from the sand on the planet there. A nice wash over the shoes here as well, so they look kind of appropriately dirty. Although this robe looks kind of freshly laundered, but that's all right. Looks pretty good. So for paint, full point.
Full point.
Before we wrap this up, let's give you the accessories here that come with the Tusken Raider. This is kind of his big rifle with, again, a nice kind of wood look here, but also some lighter silver and then darker kind of gunmetal there. So a nicely done piece. Both sides very similar. And then he's got kind of his gaffy stick, or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Kind of his main weapon there. But it also comes with
Darts.
some attachments. Well, they kind of, yeah.
That one looks like a dart to me.
It does look like a dart a little bit. But these all kind of attach. So you've got your choice there of how you'd like it to look. You have this option here.
Which is kind of the main one from
Yeah.
the original.
But then you've got one that kind of looks like that you can attach on there as well. And then kind of more of a silver one, almost kind of a scepter looking thing there, which is kind of cool. So the Tusken Raider comes with those accessories. So for the Tusken Raider, he gets a 4 out of 4 on the slap scale. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If so, be sure to slap that thumbs up and share it with your friends. Click our circular logo in the top left to subscribe to our channel. It's absolutely free. And there's a link to another video you might like in the bottom left. If you want to reach out to us, comment, or check out our info in the description below. And above all, remember, God loves you. It's the truth. And Jesus is the proof.
The Unbox Boys.